morning and welcome back to another one of my videos. I'm hoping that I am currently holding my mic in my hand, so I'm hoping that you're going to get a better sort of all-round volume of my voice. It's also got a clip on it so I can clip it onto my t-shirt, so when we're driving we can sort of hopefully get that better sound quality for my videos. But yeah, welcome back to another one of my videos. Today we're doing something a bit different. We're just heading over to France, but we are going on the boat. So I loaded yesterday, had a bit of a mess around in the yard, put a new splitter on my lorry, cleaned it all up, which didn't last very long because it started snowing last night, so the lorry's hanging again. But I've just had 3 days off, just chilled at home, went up to London on the Saturday, which was decent, went to Camden Market. But yeah, we're just dealing with currently the absolute carnage of Dover, with P&O currently being really busy. So I've managed to so far get into the booking in lanes for P&O. At the moment everyone just seems to be driving around each other, which is kind of annoying. It's just like, why don't you just wait patiently? But yeah, so everyone seems to be pushing in and showing that currently, so which kind of sucks. But yeah, the weather's lovely over here. I've got two of my work colleagues that are currently in France, and they're both parked with issues with the snow, so that could be interesting when we get over that side. Whether we're allowed to drive yet, I'm not sure. Whether we even get out of the port, Calais side, I also don't know. Once I've got there, we've still got customs to do the other side. We've been a bit of a delay. We were meant to be running over with this yesterday afternoon, but we've been waiting for customs paperworks, so therefore I sort of took advantage of it, did some bits to the truck. I'll put a few photos of it in this video now so you guys can see. But yeah, basically just popping over to Caen area. We're going to deliver and then reload, probably get the Caen boat back out. So for you guys who not really seen a lot of the boat stuff, what I'll plan to do today is I'll show you guys the process of checking in, which is really simple because they just do it all at this booth. So once we get through this big queue here, we will basically give them the passports, give them all the MRNs, GMRs, and booking numbers for the boat, because we're booked on a P&O boat. And then I was hoping to get breakfast, but at this rate we're not going to be having breakfast, we're going to be having lunch. But you get a free meal on the boat, so I'll show you guys that. I'll be having a shower, and then I'll just give you guys a tour. Fingers crossed it'd be nice to get one of the new boats. There's two on the fleet now. You got the Pioneer, and I'm not sure what the other one's called because I've never actually been on it, but they're the new hybrid boats. So they're meant to be super duper in terms of electric and all this stuff, but the funny thing about them, from what I've read, is that they don't actually have anywhere to charge them at either Dover or Calais. So currently they have like a diesel generator doing that part of it, so it's not actually electric, so it basically just pointless in my eyes. But yeah, the facilities are really nice on them. Well, they were back in the summer when I was using the boats quite a lot, so hopefully they'll still be quite nice, but you never know with P&O. But it would have been nice to go on a DFDS, because if you can see on the right, there is not a single lorry in the queue, but we'll have to see. But yeah, so once we go through this little booth here, we'll basically check in, get into a lane, probably wait for a few hours in the lanes for the boats. So maybe I'll have a wander around the port, get on the boat, do all the stuff we do on the boat, and then get off, go into Cibet, which is pretty similar to the train. You basically come off the boat, follow the line, there'll be an orange line, follow that into customs, and then they'll do a seal check and all that sort of stuff. So pretty simple, all the good stuff. It's just a lot of messing around. It's nothing new, is it? You all know that if you've watched these videos or other people's videos. It's transport. So, but yeah, so what I'll do is I'll leave you to it for this last little bit while I'm queuing up, and I'll pop back in once I'm at the booth. So guys, apologies for this. We've had a bit of a mad, like, 5 minutes. Basically, I ended up having a wrong GMR, so I had to wait at the office for a while, like 2.5 hours. Then I got sent to the lanes, and the boat's not until 5:25. And then it's now 3:15, and they're putting us on a boat. So, yeah, I'm not really sure what's happening. Here's the man to collect the ticket. Hello, mate. Right. Thank you. Yeah, so they're putting us on the boat. Don't really understand why. Not really complaining. Just wasn't really prepared, so I was just half asleep in bed. So yeah. I don't know if this microphone's actually working. It seems to be flashing, but I plugged it into the bottom of the phone quite quickly to hopefully get it to work. And then yeah, now I'm tired. I was having a nap. But yeah. So like I was saying earlier, we're just gonna jump on the boat today, and then we're just gonna go to the port and try and clear customs, hopefully tonight, and then get to the delivery first thing in the morning. Apologies for the noise, if that loud noise is, you can hear that, because that's just the handbrake going on and off, which it appears after me watching the last video was actually quite loud. So, yeah. Hopefully you guys can actually hear this, else I'm going to have to talk over the footage. It'll suck. But yeah, so we're nearly at 1,000 followers, which I'm really excited about, because it's only just been just over a month now, and I really wasn't expecting to get that many. Well, I wasn't expecting 100, let alone 1,000. So that's brilliant. But yeah, thank you for anyone who's subscribed. If you're watching this and you haven't subscribed, then please do, or drop us a like, a comment. The feedback's been great. There's been some negative and some positive, so I've just sort of been trying to reply to everyone, and if I've missed you then I do apologise. Maybe just drop me another comment just so I can see. Yeah, we are currently someone asked employment, so we're AJT International, so we do a bit of subcontracting for everyone. So yeah, it's not too bad. This is quite a slow process today. Normally it's quite quick. It looks quite choppy out there, but that might be why there is a delay on the boats. Yeah, like I said, it's quite exciting that we're actually on. Trying to not use the handbrake so that it doesn't make loads of noise. If we get there tonight, we actually might be able to do customs. It's wobbling all over the place. Look at the ramp when you get on, side to side. Everyone's reversing, which isn't normally what you do on this boat. Which side are we going on? Going to the left. Oh, don't make me be the one that reverses. Oh, it's me. I'm going to be the one that has to reverse. Oh no, actually, I don't know what mate was, but you don't need to reverse. I want to get as far over as possible, because that's it, we're parked. Right, we'll continue this in a second as I get out. So guys, this is it. We're on the boat, and it is the Pioneer on the bottom deck, and heading for the cafe. So So we are on the boat now. This boat is the Pioneer. You've got a pet lounge there. The outside pet lounge, but the weather's not great today, so it is shut. It's very quiet for tourists. In the driver's lounge it's really busy, but tourist wise it's very quiet. There's like hardly anyone around. I've just changed the setting now, put it on cinematic. Hopefully it won't jolt so much while I'm being thrown around on the boat. You've got plenty of eating areas. Although you can see, literally it's just like bouncing around. It's a very nice boat, to be fair. Obviously the guy in the office was telling me that apparently it's all the handles are falling off. It's got loads of problems on it, so they reckon that it's going to be about 6 weeks off of the sea to get fixed. We'll go downstairs if we don't fall down them. And then yeah, can have a little wander around. Oh, the outside deck seems to be open down here. Not that we really want to go outside. I can feel the wind from here. Oh, TV's broken. It's fucking windy out here. That's what we'll all be in later when we sink. Definitely in shorts and a t-shirt right now. Apologies for the noise. It's absolutely freezing. I might have to put some music over this bit because I bet you can't actually hear me because it's so windy. Oh, the floor's slippy as well. It is freezing. Oh, that pane of the glass is broken, which isn't ideal. If you go through there, you're in the sea. These don't look very comfy, do they? Oh, very nice. Yeah, very. Not cold down here, just cold here.
Where are you from?
UK.
Yeah.
Yourself?
Mexico.
Oh.
Yeah.
So this is very cold.
Yeah, I'm coming to the Maldives now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's very warm there.
Yeah.
Maldives, Mali, Qatar, London. Yeah, I go to Paris for go to Mexico.
Oh, nice. A lot of travelling then.
Maldives are very warm.
Yeah. I think France have a lot of snow at the moment.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, from this morning, loads of snow.
Paris or where?
I stopped filming at this point to show him a few photos of my colleague in France. He was very shocked by this, as obviously he was from Mexico. And then I made my way back inside because it was absolutely freezing. So yeah, we're back inside now. You probably hear me again. It was freezing out there. I met a bloke that is basically from Mexico and he travels around. He does Glastonbury Festival. He said he was a singer singer-songwriter. So whether actually I just met someone famous, I don't really know. Didn't catch his name because it was so windy and cold out there. But yeah, he's enjoying the sunset. And he said he's off to Paris to do some events and concerts there. But yeah, oh, got wireless chargers as well. Look at that. USB ports, UK plugs and European plugs. Wireless chargers. You've got your food market. I do like this boat, it's one of my favourite ones. It's really suitable for everyone. It's got everything you sort of need. If you guys can't hear me again, it's because I've basically lost that microphone already because I'm an idiot. Basically, it's got kids zone. And it's got. I'm trying to find the shop really. You see the sunset over there. Oh, so the duty free is down the other end. Oh, pulled on over. Says mate boy. I'll wander around the duty free and then go and have a sit down and watch some TV for a bit. Not that I've already done all that today already, but make the most of it. This is probably the way out. There's old mate with the sunset.
Do you have the rooms in different sizes? Or we have only what's there, yeah. Because the one I like is the one size.
I never find the point of these shops because they're actually, unless you want exactly what you want, it's not actually that cheap. That's probably quite cheap because that's like the big litre bottles. I don't really drink much alcohol, so I've never been that bothered. But yeah, anyway, I'll leave you guys to it. That shows how rough it is, you can see. But yeah, I'm gonna have a little look around and yeah, I'll get back to you in a bit. Hello, welcome back. You just got back in the trucks. Just got to put my mirror out and then we will be on the road. Well, not on the road, we'll be on the way off the boat. I found the microphone, so fingers crossed it'll be a lot clearer now from now on ahead. Can actually find the microphone bit of it because I'd flipped it onto my t-shirt and it had fallen off somewhere in the lorry, which was grateful for it falling off in the lorry and not out the lorry. So yeah, had a nice turkey dinner on the boat. Turkey, roast potatoes, pigs in blankets, gravy and all that, so can't moan about that. It would have been nice to have had the breakfast this morning when I was meant to be on the boat, but you know. I've just spoken to someone and apparently the customs over here shuts at 5 o'clock, so we're not going to be able to get customs cleared, which sucks. So by the sounds of it, I'm going to have to park up over in the customs area in a second, and then yeah, basically we'll be parked there for the night until 8 o'clock in the morning until they open. For I'm just trying to watch my new splitter that I put on because I'd rather not take that off already because it's literally been on for just over a day. I've basically put anyone that doesn't follow me on the socials, I've basically put a version 4 Volvo FH splitter on the Scania because we had one lying around in the yard and it actually turned out to be a really good fit, so pretty impressed with that. So for now we're just basically going to argue our way out of here. Squeeze ourselves in this lane here in front of this Discordia lorry. So it's quite simple when you come off the boat. You can't really go wrong is follow the orange line / orange arrow for Civet, and then yeah, basically head into there, park up, and then go and see them in the office. This is a nice truck that's just overtook us on the left. It's got those orange lights from Poland. Sort of a bit like wacky races when you come out here, you're just all zooming around in each lane. What would be really nice, it's not going to happen, but what would be really, really nice is if customs was actually still open. We could clear customs, stay in the port, and then go over tonight. Are these guys going to let me pass or not? We want to go this way. So no one else seems to be going to customs. So we'll just trundle along over here. He had his curtains so far across his window that you can even see. Matey brought himself in there. Yeah, so we're following the orange line again, the same as the train. If you've watched any of the videos related to the train, nice and simple. Doesn't seem like there's anyone else coming in here, so that's always a good sign. We've got it all to ourselves, even though they're probably closed. And then we go on a bit of a maze now, because this place is massive. Yeah. I'm very tired again because I've decided to, once we spoke to the bloke outside, he was actually from Mexico, and he basically had been to the Mediterranean and all this sort of stuff, and then he comes over to London every now and then. He said he's played Glastonbury quite a few times. He's obviously a musician. Well, he said he was a musician. He said he's off to Paris now to play some shows. But he was in a big puffer jacket, like trousers and everything. And he was originally asking whether I was cold, and he said, from obviously being from Mexico, it's very cold, and the Maldives. And I was like, all right, yeah, makes sense. So yeah. That's that. We got these guys here. I don't really know where this goes, to be honest, because this is all new. Oh, we're right in there now. It's dead. Oh, I do. Last time I came in here, it was rammed. What our plan is try and get as far down towards the bays as possible. We'll just nip across here. It's so quiet. I've parked in here like once or twice overnight, and it's just been so busy. I'm driving on the wrong side of the road, but private land, so it'll be alright. We'll basically try and we'll probably go on this end space here. That'll do us nicely. 172. Perfect. Right, let's go and find out where we need to go. So guys, we are at French Customs. Just been into the office and spoken to them. For anyone who's never been here before, you've got the actual French Customs there for any of your carnets or anything like that sort of paperwork. Your general customs, and then if you go into this ASA building through that little door there, as you walk through, you take a left and walk all the way through down to basically this window here, and that is the DFDS customs area for if you're getting any services done by DFDS, and they will basically take your phone number and put you on a bay, and they'll give you a call. So what we'll do now is we'll just head back to the lorry, and hopefully you can hear me with this mic because it's very windy out and absolutely freezing. Already took off the shorts, the jeans are back on. There's no snow as of now, but the alarm's going off on the lorry. It's always good. So good morning guys, I just thought I'd show you this little mic I've got. So it's only this big. Basically it clips onto your collar like that, so we can just get a clear bit of audio. Basically, so we sat in the customs bay for like 4 hours last night, waiting to get called around to the bays we're currently on now to get a seal check. Waited all the time, went in a couple of times to make sure they haven't forgotten about me, and that was all fine every time. And no, we'll get to you, It got to 11:30 and I was like, oh, I'm tired now, so I went in and spoke to them. They said it will be in the morning, so said they'd call me at 7. So I went in at 7 because they hadn't called me, and they basically then said they would call me and they knew I was here. So they've just called me now and it's just gone 8:30. So we have had a seal check and now they've made me open the doors. So they're now checking the product. They've made me move all my bars and I think they're going to take the product on and off to check the product. It's only like IBCs, so hopefully it doesn't take too long. And then basically we should be able to go and park up again. And then after that we'll have to wait for the actual paperwork itself, which I don't know how long it will take. We could be here for a few hours. We're meant to be tipping this morning at 10 o'clock, which is obviously isn't going to happen because we're 5 hours away, so with a 45-minute break it's a bit longer. So that's kind of annoying. And then we're also meant to be reloading. I've got a reload out of about half an hour away from my tipping place, but that's meant to be on the boat tonight. So bit of a push today. Hopefully we can get it done. We can get it sorted in time. If not, then obviously it'll just be tomorrow's problem. I'm just not sure what they'll do about the boats, because the boat that's down on the list is the Cherbourg to Portsmouth, which I've not actually personally done. So that'll be an interesting one to do. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we can get on that one. Apart from that, we're just basically waiting for these guys to check the back of the trailer. Can't actually see, I'm just looking in the mirror now. I'll just come back when they've got an update, really. It's one of those, don't really want to ramble on too much about stuff I don't really know about. We're obviously at the customs, and it looks like they're coming down. Oh no, they're opening the bay next door for some other bloke. But from my understanding, and if anyone knows any more, then please do drop a comment. But I'm guessing that the FDS have to get a bay from Civep, because they said they've been waiting for bays from Civep all night. But I don't really understand, because there's 8 bays and none of the bays have had anyone on every time I've walked past. So it's just a bit of a bizarre one, but hopefully now, being a bit later in the morning, they would have got into work and they can hopefully get it sorted out. Alright, see you in a bit. So it is now 10:15. We were due out a delivery in 15 minutes. However, we've just finished customs and we are leaving the port. So we are 5 hours and 5 minutes away from the delivery. So we're going to need, we managed to have a 15 this morning, so we're going to need a half an hour break en route. So that's not too bad. So we should get there for around 4 o'clock French time, which is kind of annoying, but also fingers crossed they will be still there. Plan is now to get out of the port and try and get onto the A16 to head down the coast towards Le Havre and then down past Caen, and then our delivery is just down past Caen. I've only ever come out of here once this way, so we might end up going the wrong way. There is a sign there. I've got the mic back on and the blue light is on my phone, so I'm assuming that means it's working now. What I should have done is probably brought the instructions with me and actually read it to see how it actually works, because it looks like you've got to charge both of them, but I didn't know. It sort of in my head would have made sense that the one that plugs into the bottom of your phone charges while it's plugged in the bottom of your phone, but apparently not. So what we're going to do is basically have to keep an eye on it and make sure that the light is still blue. And then yeah. Right, so actually just follow these guys because they seem to know where they're going. The windscreen is hanging. So if that makes anything better. Toll box is plugged in. We're pretty much ready to go. I didn't know you could park out here. I've just let the customer know that we're going to be arriving around 4 o'clock, so fingers crossed I don't have to contact them again to tell them that we're not actually going to be there today. But if you look on the right there, as you would have seen when we entered off the train, we've got the sign to go to France. And then we've got Centralville, which is city centre, is right. And then we're going to follow signs for the A16, A26, which is the main 2 routes out of Calais. I think the A26 is the one they call the corridor. So you can even, from my understanding, you can run that road on a Sunday. Because obviously out the weekends they have driving bans. I might be wrong, but obviously with fridge and perishable goods, it's not a problem anyway. So don't normally have to worry about that. And the fact that it's not even Sunday today, it's Wednesday. But because I've not really done a lot this week, I don't really haven't really been paying that much attention to what day of the week it is. Definitely no snow, like I showed you earlier on in the video when I was talking to the guy from Mexico with my other work colleague in the snow. We've got no snow so far. It looks like plenty of ice. You can see on the right hand side there. But no snow. Just trying to sort of get used to the lorry again, because it revs up really far out of the rev range, because I've had a box fitted to basically increase the fuel economy, and it does take it from a 580 horsepower up to a 660, but obviously it needs to get used to the driving, because apparently it's revving really far over 1500 all the time. So I'm just knocking it up manually, because in my opinion, I don't know about most people, but my opinion is that you lose a lot of power when you get above like 12, 13. You're not really gaining any more power than you've already got. So it just seems pointless revving the truck that high. Obviously being a V8 is good on the hills. But yeah, like I say, I haven't had this truck long enough to fully experience the overall power, so it'll be nice to be able to use that today. There's loads of ice everywhere. I'm not sure whether on the camera angle you're going to be able to see in a second. So we're going to come down past the field that basically is where what they called the jungle was, where all the migrants were for months, and it caused a lot of issues. Whereas I saw the other day there was a lot of tents back in this field, so I'm not really sure what's happening, whether they're all coming back, whether they were ever gone and they were just hiding. There's a section of the motorway that's been cleared as you come in past through Belgium into France. On the right hand side there's a tree line that's all been cut down, and there's just rubbish everywhere. So they're obviously living inside of the woodland there, but it's currently -4, so they really wouldn't want to be outside overnight, let alone in the day. There's so much ice. I assume it's all coming off the roofs of the lorries when they're bumping over the road. All the ice is coming off. Leroy's not hanging around. I think the field I was on about is coming up on the right hand side in a second. I'd never seen it before until the other day. I want to say it's because I didn't notice it, but I think it's probably just because I didn't pay any attention. I don't know if anyone's ever been to Calais. Apart from the migrant situation, it doesn't look like a bad city. I quite like to just come over in the car and just have a sort of look around and that. But I don't know if it's as bad as everyone makes out, or that if anyone's ever been there or anything, yeah, drop a comment and let me know what it's like. Yeah, so it's this field on the right hand side. Yeah, you can see them, they're all in there. Probably see about, I don't know, maybe 100. There's one there on the right hand side. Yeah, it's very strange vibe. It's just little huts and little sort of like wooden sheds that people have built and tarpaulin, and just the rubbish is insane. There's rubbish everywhere. I suppose that's what you get when you're living in a field and you've got no facilities or anything. Yeah, I was going to go into it a bit then, but everyone has their opinions on it, and from what I've seen is it's not so much women and children, but obviously it's a problem either way. It needs to be dealt with. Whether who's responsible for dealing with the problem, that's another debate for another day. But the system is definitely broken, in my opinion. Satnav's not very happy because it's telling us there's so like around the port of Calais and Dunkirk, they reduce the speed limit. So the speed limit here is 80 kilometres, and the speed limit around Dunkirk is 70 kilometres. So if you've not driven out here, you've got to make sure you're careful around those sort of things, because there is speed cameras. Not that I've heard of any case where if you get caught by the speed camera it goes back, but also I have heard cases of if you get pulled over and you've had loads of speeding offences, then it can cause on the spot fines. They can backdate it to all of the ones for your reg, and yeah, so that wouldn't be an ideal situation. Is this guy going to do exactly what everyone else has done, just cut in? No, because that guy's from the UK. But yeah, so I'm just going to head down. I'm going to stick the GoPro on for a little bit, get a bit of footage. People have been moaning about the time lapses. Some people are happy with them, some people are not. But the thing is, it just breaks up the journey. It means that I can enjoy the journey as well. I don't have to think about things to talk about and bore you guys. I know it's not really technically a vlog then if I'm not chatting away, but also for me to do these videos, I need to be enjoying myself. So I want to take it all in. I don't want to have to worry about speaking the whole time. If I do need to speak, then yeah, I've always got the option of doing a voiceover. But yeah, so what we're going to do is head down the coast. If I see anything of major interest, I'll jump on the mic. If not, I'll just stick the GoPro on and we'll get a bit of footage there. So guys, I just saw this bridge coming up, so I didn't think there was going to be anything too exciting on this bit of road, but it looks like quite a spectacular structure. It's quite a high climb up it. Let's put you on this normal one. It's, yeah, quite a steep uphill onto the bridge. I don't know if we're going to be able to see anything once we're actually up here. We're coming up to, wow, the next one's even better. The next one's like a suspension bridge. It looks like we're in a rather industrial area. We're basically between Le Havre and Caen. We're going over a couple of rivers. But this is such a high bridge. You can see the other one in the distance. That's pretty impressive. I'm just looking to the right now so you guys will be able to see. I need to try and get some other camera set up on the side window so you can sort of see what's happening out there as well as forwards, because that would be pretty good. But yeah, this is quite some bridge structure and quite high. I'm assuming that, obviously this is just a guess, but I'm assuming they're quite high because maybe you get big boats down here, because it seems a bit silly else. Like, why does it need to be that steep? I'm guessing because it's by the ports and all that sort of stuff, and we're obviously bringing in big ships into this sort of area. Water. Oh, it actually looks like it's a toll bridge as well, which would make sense because, like I say, it's absolutely massive. It said €5 on that sign, up to €80, which is quite a considerable amount of money. For motorbike, it's free. Obviously, we won't actually know how much it is because we'll be able to pay for it on the toll box. But it says €5.80 on that sign. Oh, €14.40 it says to use the bridge. That says free. Just make our way out and try not to take anyone out, because this is always where it seems to be carnage. It's down to one lane as well. It's a bit annoying that they built that bank there so we can't actually see. But wow, it's pretty impressive. I don't know if you can see on the camera how actually steep it actually is. Find out in a minute. It says slow down, cyclists and people crossing. Why is there pedestrians on this part of the road? You're allowed to cycle over it. It's mad. Oh, the V8's changing down gears. It's hell of a steep. Shows how steep it is. The lorry slowed down to 40 miles an hour. Put it on the wide angle and see if you guys can see a bit of that. I don't think I've ever been like, not even like the Dartford crossing by London is this steep. Yeah, it's a big old wide river. Looks like it's dredged. Some dredge boats over there. So obviously bring the big ships up and down. Very impressive. I'm so glad the weather's nice for this and that we're doing it in the daytime as well, because it's good to be able to show you guys what I'm seeing. That's it, we're at the top now, the lorry's speeding up. Let off a little bit so it doesn't roll on too much down the hill, though that would be nice because we are behind schedule. yeah, I don't know if there's going to be anything else to see. Obviously that came out of nowhere, I wasn't expecting that. Good morning. Well, it seems to be one of those weeks this week. So obviously, as you know, we've spent a lot of time sat around for customs. It was Wednesday yesterday, and I was late for my delivery, but I arrived there at 4 o'clock, well, 3:45 in the afternoon, to be told that I had to wait till 8 o'clock Thursday morning to deliver, and I wasn't allowed to park on site. I was going to film all that, but as I arrived on site, there was a massive sign saying no cameras and no phones, so that was out of the picture. So basically I thought I'd just jump on quickly now before I got there again. I parked about 10 minutes away in a air parking on the side of the road. I wasn't too sure about it because it was like pitch black, and obviously I'm right where I'm delivering is right between Cherbourg and Caen, and I know that Caen is quite bad for immigrants, so I didn't know if this area would be bad. Luckily, from what I've seen this morning doing my checks, that I haven't actually seen any damage or any sort of, not that they get very far if they got in, because they'd be coming out in a second anyway, but still, we just don't want the damage. So yeah, so we're just heading to the delivery. It's actually this big factory on the left hand side. Yeah, so should be alright, to be fair. I'm going to come off at this junction, but I'm going to come off the camera now just in case we don't want to get in trouble. But yeah, see you shortly.